Okay, in this video, I will solve 5 questions from the sample paper, and the chapter is science. Okay, so first question is Rima's mother bought some pickles from the market and asked Rima to store them in their kitchen. And options are given. First option, but before options, there is a story. What is the story? Unfortunately, when Rima stored the pickles in a copper container, they were adversely affected by fungal growth and deteriorated. When Rima discussed this issue with her chemistry teacher, the teacher suggested that this problem could be minimized by, and then the options are storing them in glass containers and placing them in sunlight, and option B is keeping them in airtight containers, and C storing them in iron jars, and D keeping them in moist and cold condition. So if you have pickles, that is acid, so in acid based salt we have read that acid should be container in airtight container. Okay, so first option, in glass containers and placing them in sunlight, it might be right. Let's see other options. B, keeping them in airtight containers, it might be also right. C, storing them in iron jars, this is absolutely wrong. It will corrode the food. D, keeping them in moist and cold condition, it will also corrode the food. So we have the option A and B, storing them in glass containers and placing them in sunlight, it is more appropriate. So option will be A, placing them the pickles in glass containers and keep them in sunlight. Okay, next question is, a student is performing an experiment in a chemistry lab. He takes an element X and allows it to react with oxygen. The compound form has a high melting point. This compound is also soluble in water as shown in the figure. Okay. Options are element X. Options are calcium, carbon, iron, and silicon. So clue is the element X. When react with react with oxygen, then the formed compound has high melting point. Which compound had high melting point? Ionic compounds have high melting point due to their interionic attraction. So calcium, when calcium reacts with oxygen, then it forms calcium oxide, and calcium oxide has a PPT, it is precipitation. And the figure you can show, you can see a PPT has formed, and PPT is calcium oxide. So option will be calcium, option A. Next question, identify the incorrect statement. So among 4 options, you have to identify the incorrect, which is not correct. From the following, option A, solder has a characteristics low melting point. B, bronze is an alloy of copper and tin. C, stainless steel is used for the manufacturing of surgical instrument. And D is duralumin is an alloy of aluminum, copper, zinc, and lead. A, B, C, they are right, but option D, that is duralumin, it is alloy of aluminum, copper, and traces of magnesium and manganese. And the option it is given aluminum, copper, and zinc and lead, which is not correct. So A, B, C are right, and D is not right. So you have to identify the incorrect option. So option D of question number 3 is right. Okay. Next question. The diagram shows how a light beam strikes a concave mirror. Reflection of mirror, in this chapter we have basic 3 fundamental rule. When incident ray is parallel to principal axis, then it passes through focus. So here among A, B, C, D, in C, it is shown that reflected ray is passing through focus. So option C will be right. Again, another question from reflection chapter, light and reflection. Reflection of light ray on a mirror is depicted in the following figure. What conclusion can be drawn from the figure? Option A, angle of incidence and reflection at the point of reflection or lie on the same plane. Angle of incidence and normal at the point of reflection or lie on the same plane. Angle of incidence and reflection at the point of reflection or lie on the same plane. Angle of incidence, reflection and normal at the point of reflection or lie on the same plane. Which option will be correct? According to law of incidence, option D, angle of incidence, angle of reflection and normal at the point of reflection or lie on the same plane. So option D is right. So these were 5 problems of science chapter. Mind it, the first 20 questions that you got from the question paper, first 20 questions, they are very important. Try to make sure that your attempted question answers are right. First of all, read the question very properly, then check the answers, which one is right, then write the answer in your copy. Okay. In the next video, I'll discuss more questions from math or science. Till then, best of luck.